Craig, that's a great question, and I'm really glad you brought that up because I don't think that narrative is really out there, especially living here in Auburn. And Cole, you know how passionate everybody is here. I don't know that they see that, and that's a great point with the depth of the defense. There's no question about it. The depth is down. It's a tough one. You know, Greg, this is the point in the year where you've hoped that some guys have come along that you can play and build some depth. But when you don't have it, that's when you have to take some some linebackers and try to make them, long pass rushing defensive ends. Maybe take some safeties and move them down and play some more nickel. Where you're only playing two linebackers if that's where you're thin. My concerns always come this time of the year on the defensive line, and they're banged up on the defensive line, so they're thin there. I don't know that there's a great answer to it. You trying to play, I think, Derek Mason does a great job of mixing in 3-man front, 4-man front, things of that nature. But man, that's where you got to get creative, G-Mac, and especially on your third down stuff where maybe if you're healthy at DB, you can bring in more of those guys. But it's definitely a problem. And it all goes back to the recruiting and why this league, the top people in the league, are the top people in the league, because it's a war of attrition every year, right? How many guys are banged up? Look at Alabama. I mean, Alabama's every year, they're going to be in the top 2 or 3 in recruiting every year. They're down to 2 healthy tailbacks this time of the year. So it's really hard to deal with defensively, especially to close out the season. And they've got South Carolina, a game they got to win this week, and then they got the Iron Bowl. So it's definitely a tall order, but that's kind of a difficult thing to patch up, G-Mac.